Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the all-new 6th generation 2026 Toyota Rav4. This is the plug-in hybrid, it's the Woodland trim level, and this particular model is finished off in Everest, which is a really nice color for this new SUV. So let's start off with what the plug-in hybrid is powered by. Underneath the hood, you will find the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with that hybrid system. It has the 22.7 kilowatt lithium ion battery. It is also paired to the electronic CVT transmission. Now with the hybrid, this pumps out a combined 324 horsepower. From the engine alone, produces 172 pound-feet of torque. Now this is also all-wheel drive, and it can also go right around 48 miles on just the EV system alone. So with that combined with the gas engine, this is going to get a very large range. Now let's work our way up front where this has that hammerhead split design for the grille. You'll notice there's a forward-facing camera, there's also all of the parking sensors, and this comes with the rigid fog lights integrated nicely. You'll notice there's LEDs for the lighting up top. There's also some more trim accents along with some active grille shutters in the lower section and then the brushed accent for the middle section of the bumper. And there's also some bulges on both sides of the hood to give it a great look. Now with this Woodland's trim level, ground clearance is increased to 8.5 inches. You get the gray 18-inch wheels along with this all-terrain tire. The all-terrain tire is what provides it with a little bit more of that lift. So that way you can go in some situations like this. Now you'll notice the cladding for the fender arches. It's also in that lower side skirt, and this also has a camera and a turn signal for the side view mirrors. Now up top, you'll notice that this has the installed Woodland's roof rack with the bars there, so that way you can place additional cargo up top, and there's also a sunroof there too. And then some really nice lines that flow down the side. You'll notice this trim accent too, which is a nice touch to see off of that rear cargo window. Now this also has the body colored spoiler. You'll notice there's the third brake light along with the wiper blade there. LEDs for the lighting. And then there's parking sensors, and the all-wheel drive Woodland can tow 3,500 pounds. So if you want to hook up a smaller trailer, bring some of your off-roading adventures with you, you can do it in this SUV. Now this also has the power liftgate. You can use the key fob, of course, if you would like. And with the Woodlands, you can get the all-weather floor liners. So that way, when you place in items and you fold down the back seats, you can have an easy thing to remove to quickly clean. Now, even though this is the hybrid, you still get a spare tire with a little bit of storage down below. You get a cargo bin along with an auxiliary. There's some cargo lights too. And then you can use this cover as needed. And of course, fold those back seats down when you need that extra space. And then there's two buttons up top, so you can close that lift gate or lock the vehicle. This also has gloss black for the door handles, and then a unique design with the gray soft touch materials. You'll notice the two-tone design for these seats, and when you fold them down, now we have that nice flat surface with a large opening to place in additional items. And at 5'10", it's very roomy in the back. I have storage pockets, vents, auxiliaries, about 3 inches or so of headroom as well. And then you have cup holders and the armrest in the middle. So pretty spacious to have adults in the back. Now on the driver's side, this is also how you can plug it in. So you can use that as needed, of course. And then you have the same materials that you saw in back. You have a pretty deep grab handle here too, so you might be able to fit some items in there if you want. You have your window controls, lock and unlock, and then power operating front seats. And now, as we start this up, there's a leather trimmed steering wheel. On the right side, all the cruise control settings, your distance pacing, lane keeping assist. On the left side, you have tuning and volume along with voice commands, and then the arrows to go through the full digital gauge cluster. Now, if I start going left or right, you will notice that we have some different screens and information that will pop up, just depending on how you would like to view this. And then if I start going up and down, this is how you can adjust information on this left side. So you can only configure the left side. The right side is going to be fixed. If you start going through the arrows again, now you go to this information here. So it is nice that you can at least go through all of that and set it up to your liking. Now you have a dimmer switch. You also have the control for the power liftgate, your fuel cap, and hood release. And then with the infotainment system, this is a new screen. This is a smaller screen available, but you have your home screen here where you have customizable widgets, so you can place the information there that you would like. You can get into the nav in full screen. You can also get into your music, your phone when you have that paired. You can look at some of the charging information and schedules and all of that. And then you have a lot of different settings that you can get into. You can look at your drive performance, which is the different driving modes. You have your drive assistance, and then you can set everything up the way that you would like. Now you'll notice too in the lower portion of the screen, you do have some shortcuts for your heated seats, heated steering wheel. You have physical buttons for your temperature along with your volume. You have fan speed in the middle, and then a few other AC adjustments. Now with this latest system from Toyota, the voice commands are also quicker. Hey Toyota, can you turn up the fan speed?
Raising the fan speed.
So you don't even have to use the screen itself. You can quickly use that icon. Now you have defrosters underneath that. There's also some vents. You have a lot of storage where you have one wireless charging pad. You get a lot more storage underneath that. And then you have some shortcuts here for the different driving modes. So you can actually change the gauge cluster settings there. You'll notice the color change depending on the mode, and you have your adjustments for the EV system. So you can put that into the hybrid mode, the EV mode, or an auto setting. There's also trail and snow in a normal mode too. Now you also have some auxiliaries, a downhill assist, traction control, and a view button. So you can go through your 360 view here, depending on what you need to see. You have your backup camera, of course, and then the forward-facing camera. Now you can also shift using the shifter, and then there's auto hold and your e-brake. Now what's really interesting with the center armrest, you can open it up two different ways, and you can flip this around. So push both of them at the same time to completely remove it, where you have some auxiliaries and plenty of space. And now when you lock it back into place, you have this area where you can place your phone or other items that you don't want to slide around. And then you can simply flip it back around when you are ready for that armrest. Now you get storage on your passenger side along with a locking glove box, and then your rear view, dome lights, and a sunglass holder too. And then you have your manual sunshade there. And then here's a look at visibility where it's pretty easy to see. So you have quite a lot of glass for this latest RAV4. So now that we're behind the wheel for the latest RAV4, we have it in trail mode, and we are going to take it through some of these obstacles off the pavement first before we get it on road. So we'll get some shots of this from the outside. These are some pretty big bumps. Seems to be doing pretty good. We have the most ground clearance with this model too. So if you want to go on adventures like this, we may be hitting slightly, but nothing to really be concerned about. So we're still in trail mode. We're doing a little bit higher speed where this is riding pretty good. But with trail mode, you were saying, how's the power get split between normal on-road driving?
Standard mode, you'll drive in 80% distribution to the front, 20 to the rear. Trail mode can have the capability to flip that and go all the way 80% to the rear, 20 to the front.
That's pretty cool. So you can really modulate the power to get you through some of these trails without really spinning too much. We can turn on our camera system now. So even though I have a spotter up front, I can see the left and the right tire, which is awesome to be able to view some of these rocks here. And of course, our pitch and roll, and then the forward-facing camera as well. And we got some pretty good terrain here. It looks like we're at, what would you say? We're at, I don't know, 15 degrees?
Yeah. Uphill,
a little bit of a roll. But if you want to do some fun adventures, we don't have any wheels spinning. I'm just, oh, as soon as I say it, we got some rocks there, but pretty good uphill climb for sure. So with it still in sport mode, here we go again. You can just feel this get up to speed. That's very impressive. A good bit of power for sure. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Toyota RAV4. We have a nice design for this latest screen. It is worth noting that some other plug-in hybrid trim levels will offer a larger screen, like the GR series, which is actually following us right now. So if you want to take a look at that full review, you can check out that video as well. We have a lot of different trim levels for this latest model, so just depending on the type of driving that you are doing, we have the Woodlands for off-roading, we have the GR behind us if you want a little bit more of a sporty feel, and then there's also the Limited, the XSEs, and a few other trim levels too. So you have a broad range of options and specs to go with, depending on what is going to suit you best. And it's a really nice layout, really good interior. I like all of the updates. Sizing seems to be pretty good. For its smaller size, you have a lot of interior space. And for the driving that I have done on the road today, it feels like a nice commuter. Not a lot of road noise or wind noise. This would be an excellent daily driver and commuter From what I've seen, I think a full range of gas on this is going to be right around 500 miles combined with the hybrid system. You might see 600, it might be pushing that, just depending on your driving style and how often you charge the vehicle as well. If you want to get those added benefits, you do need to plug this in every day. Now, with my experience again with my X5, I just plug it into a normal 3-prong outlet. You don't need a fancy level 2, any kind of charger like that. It takes about 8-9 hours for the battery in my X5 to charge with the 3-prong outlet. So I believe this is a little bit smaller. It could charge quicker than that, but charge it overnight, you're good to go the next day, and you will get those full benefits with the plug-in hybrid system. So of course it will charge as we've been driving, but if you really want those benefits, do the charging on a regular basis. But that is going to wrap it up for the GR as we see one. That'll wrap it up for the latest Toyota RAV4. Be sure to take a look at the rest of the RAV4 lineup as we are filming quite a lot today. So you can see all the specs and options that you can get with this 6th gen Toyota. Huge shout out again to Toyota for providing this for us today. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.